Imagine leaving bare iron out in the rain. Over time, oxygen and water eat away the surface, causing it to rust and flake away. But if you coat that same piece of iron with a protective sealant, it stays perfectly smooth and pristine, no matter the weather. Our bodies actually go through a very similar process of wear and tear. Inside our bodies, this biological rust is called oxidative stress. Just by digesting our food, breathing in city air, or stepping out into the sun, our bodies naturally produce tiny, unstable particles called free radicals. Because these free radicals are unstable, they ricochet around inside of us, looking for parts of our healthy cells to latch onto. When they strike, they cause damage. Over decades, this microscopic damage adds up. On the outside, it looks like wrinkles and sagging skin. On the inside, it feels like stiff joints and brain fog. This is where we need our own protective sealant. The body's natural defense against this wear and tear comes in the form of antioxidants. These molecules intercept and neutralize erratic free radicals before they can damage healthy cells. We can get these protective molecules from many different foods, but if you are looking for the single most concentrated, potent source in nature, you look to berries. Adding a handful of blueberries or strawberries to your breakfast is a targeted deployment of a daily maintenance shield. You are actively giving your cellular infrastructure the tools it needs to slow down the natural wear and tear of getting older. What makes berries so effective comes down to a specific class of compounds called anthocyanins. These are the natural pigments that give blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries their deep, vibrant red, purple, and blue colors. When you see those rich, dark colors on the skin of a fruit, you are literally looking at the physical manifestation of an antioxidant shield. The darker the berry, the denser the protection. To understand why these pigments are so special, we have to look at the brain. The human brain is surrounded by a highly restrictive filter called the blood-brain barrier. Think of it as a biological security gate. It blocks toxins, but also stops many helpful nutrients. However, because of their unique structure, specific berry pigments, anthocyanins, have the rare ability to slip right past that security gate and enter the brain directly. Once inside, they get to work. Research shows these compounds help protect our neurons, the cells responsible for sending messages around the brain, from wearing down. They also help keep blood flowing smoothly, which can delay the memory slips and cognitive decline that often come with age. Because they cross that barrier, the compounds in berries do work most foods simply cannot do. They directly protect the hardware of the brain, preserving our ability to learn, to remember, and to think clearly over time. That protection extends well beyond the brain. Berries also defend the cardiovascular system by improving the health of endothelial cells, which form the delicate inner lining of all our blood vessels. When you eat berries, those compounds encourage your blood vessels to produce more of a natural chemical called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide signals the walls of your blood vessels to relax and widen. When the vessels open up, blood flows more freely and your blood pressure goes down. This chart summarizes multiple human intervention studies on blueberries and cardiovascular health. Across these randomized clinical trials, a clear pattern emerges. The dark pigments in berries consistently reduce inflammation and intercept biological rust, easing the strain on our cardiovascular system. You might assume that you need to buy fresh, expensive berries to get these benefits, but the science reveals a surprising shortcut. Buying frozen berries actually improves how well they can protect you. When frozen, the water inside berries turns to ice. These expanding ice crystals fracture the plant tissue structure. This microscopic cracking forces the berries to release even more trapped pigments, making that antioxidant shield much easier for your body to absorb. Taking care of your heart and arteries doesn't always require a complicated routine. Sometimes optimizing your body's defenses is as simple as letting your freezer do the hard work of unlocking a fruit's maximum biological potential. So, how do we take all this biology and turn it into a daily habit? Building your own cellular shield is straightforward if you follow 3 simple rules. Rule number 1 is volume and frequency. To get a meaningful level of protection, aim for about 1 cup or 150 grams of berries per day. If every day isn't possible, hitting that target 3 to 4 times a week will still give your body a steady supply of protective compounds. Rule number 2 is to mix up your roster. Different berries offer different kinds of support. Blueberries are excellent for your brain. Strawberries contain compounds that help your skin build collagen, and cranberries have unique properties that support your urinary tract and heart. Mixing them together gives you a wider range of protection. Rule number 3 is to watch out for the sugar. Eating berries baked into pies, boiled into jams, or drenched in syrup cancels out the benefits. Excess sugar causes the exact kind of cellular inflammation that the berries are trying to fight in the first place. It is also important to remember that while nutrition is powerful, no single food is a cure-all. A daily bowl of berries is part of a balanced lifestyle, but it doesn't replace the advice of your doctor or any prescribed medical treatments for managing conditions like heart disease or diabetes. Growing older is an inevitable privilege, but how rapidly our cells wear out is a process we have a say in. By taking a moment each day to eat a handful of berries, you are quietly building a biological shield, protecting your mind and your body for the years ahead.